This is my third video on mathematical backgrounds for simplex method, and in my last two videos we have already discussed about matrices, determinant, linear equations, vectors and hyperplane. And in this video we shall be talking about convex set and convex hull. So before I start the definition of convex set, let us understand what is a set. A set is a collection of well-defined objects called elements. So it has two forms. One, it is having the tabular form in which we can show the set, or we can have the set builder form. So the most general form is set builder form because it is the generalized way. Set tabular form means, say for example, I want to have a set of the natural number. So I can say 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. These is the set of natural number. In the same way, I want to write the set in the set builder form. So here I will write S consists of element X such that X belongs to set of natural numbers. So here N is set of natural numbers. So X is an element of S if X belongs to the natural numbers. So in this way, we can also take another example of a set. Let me to consider a circle. So for this circle, I may take the 2 point x1, x2 such that x1 square plus x2 square is equal to r square, where r is the radius of the circle. So this is the circle that has the center at origin 0, 0 and the radius is equal to r. Say for example, this is the distance r. And now let me to consider one more set, and in this case let me to consider the rectangular hyperbola. So there I take x1, x2 is less than or equal to, suppose I take it 1, and x1, x2 both are greater than or equal to 0. In this case my shape will be rectangular hyperbola, and I have defined that it is only in the first quadrant. So this would be the shape. This is the rectangular hyperbola. So this way we can write the set in the set builder form. Now we define convex set. A set S is said to be convex if for any 2 points x1 and x2 belonging to the set S, their line joining this belongs to the set itself. And here we have put it a restriction on the line joining by putting the restriction on the scalar, that is lambda. So let us understand first what do I mean by line joining. And to explain this line joining, let me to consider set S as R2. So we are in 2-dimensional space. So let us consider that we have x-axis and we have y-axis. And let capital X1 and x2 belonging to the set S, which is now R2. So in this set I have considered anywhere the 2 point capital X1 and here I have considered X2. So the line joining of these 2 points. So we join a line, and how do we check this line equation? So if we have been given 2 points, we can find the line joining passing through these 2 points. So let us consider in the coordinate system. This capital X1 is a point which consists of small x1 and y1, and x2 is a point which consists of component x2, y2. Now from these 2 points I am going to join the line. Line joining of x1, x2 is written as y minus y1 upon y2 minus y1. This is equal to x minus x1 upon x2 minus x1, and let us take this as lambda. Now from there, this one and this one, we can write x is equal to x1 plus lambda times x2 minus x1, and y is equal to y1 plus lambda times y2 minus y1. So we take x1 common from here. So once I take x1 common, I will get 1 minus lambda plus lambda times x2, and from here I write y is equal to 1 minus lambda times y1 plus lambda times y2. Now these 2 points I am going to club again, and in the matrix notation now I am going to write the point x comma y as, this is 1 minus lambda times x1 y1 plus lambda times x2 y2, and we can see that this is the capital X1 point, this is the capital X2 point, and here we have 1 minus lambda times x1 plus lambda times x2, and this is any new point capital X. So capital X can be written it as 1 minus lambda times x1 plus lambda times x2. Now in the convex set definition, we said that such linear combination is coming up with lambda lying between 0 and 1 only. So let us take now the limit on when lambda lies between 0 and 1. In this case, the capital X is 1 minus lambda times x1 plus lambda times x2. If lambda is equal to 0, so whenever we put lambda is equal to 0, capital X is x1. So that means we are at this point. And whenever this lambda is equal to 1, the capital X value is equal to x2. So that means we are here at the point x2. So, and for all other values, when we are lying between 0 and 1, we get x is equal to 1 minus lambda times x1 plus lambda times x2. And for this value, this capital X point will be the lying on this line segment. So here we have calculated the equation of this line, but we are not interested in the whole line. We are only interested in this line segment, including the endpoint, these endpoint. So this is what is written in the set definition, that a set S is said to be convex if for any 2 point their line joining must belong to the set S. Now note that in the higher system, so for example S is equal to R4. So I consider 2 point capital X1 and X2. Because it is in R4 dimension, so I am going to have 4 component A1, A2, A3, A4. And here I am going to have B1, B2, B3, B4. So line joining of these 2 points will be considered in the similar manner. 1 minus lambda times capital X1 plus 1 plus lambda times x2, and this will give me a new point x which belong to R4. So line joining of the 2 point will give me another point in the same dimension, and here I will write 1 minus lambda times capital X1 will be A1, A2, A3, A4 plus lambda times a point from the x2 which is b1, b2, b3, b4. And this way we can extend this concept of line joining to n dimensional plane also whenever S is equal to R raised to power n. So here it will be n points in that case, and here also it will be n points. So we can extend this line joining concept to the higher dimension also. So we have understood the meaning of line joining. Now let us take examples for the convex set. So to see that a set is convex, we need to consider 2 points in the set and take their line joining. This line joining must belong to the set S for the value of lambda lying between 0 and 1. And there are 2 ways to check this convex set. One way that we can see it graphically, and the second way is we can see algebraically. In the graphically, let me to consider first these example. In this first example, the condition on the capital X is that x1, x2 is less than or equal to 4, and capital X is the point small x1 and x2. So I am drawing a system of x1, x2, and it is also not said that x1, x2 are greater than or equal to 0. So this is a rectangular hyperbola, and this is the shape which would be in first and third quadrant both. And the region says it is less than. So less than means these are the point. So it is less than, and from here this is the region. Now in this region, if I choose a point here and here, so the line joining is within the region. But if I select a point here and if I select a point here, this is in the region, but you can see that the line joining is not in the region. So there are some point which is outside the region. So this particular set is not convex. So we need to consider a line joining. Whole line joining should be within the region as defined by the set S. Let us take one more example. In this second example also I have considered a similar rectangular hyperbola x1, x2, but now it is greater than or equal to 4, and also there are non-negative restrictions. So we have x2 here and x1 here and the same shape, but now it will not be drawn in the third quadrant because x1, x2 are greater than or equal to 0. And it is greater than, so this one is the region. Now as it says it is greater than, now we consider 2 points. So if I consider anywhere the 2 points, they always lie within the region. So this is convex. So this is convex because the points are lying within the region. So this is the shape of the curve and all the points are within the region, and hence the line joining also lie within the set. So this will become the convex set. Let us take one more example. In this case, S consists of x square greater than or equal to 4y. So this is a standard parabola. We can see that suppose this is x-axis and here it is y because the coordinates are given in x and small y. And x square is greater than or equal to 4y. So I am going to draw now the parabola like this. It passes through 0, 0. So when we say that x square is greater than or equal to 4y, we need to identify which is the region. So the region is this one. We can check this region by putting the points also. So for example, if you want to verify how do I calculated the region, let me to consider a point here, that is 4, 0. And if you substitute this into these inequalities, so this says 4 square is greater than or equal to 4 into 0 because the y point is 0. This is true. If I consider a point here, this would be 0, 4. So if I now substitute this point 0, 4, this would be 0 square is greater than or equal to 16. This is not correct. So from there you can identify the region. And now if I take, you can see now from the shape, if you take a point here and here, this line joining will not be in the region, and hence this set is also not convex. Let us take some more example. Convex set in R1. So for in R1 we only have a real line. So for example, I consider real line whole. So this whole is convex because if you consider any 2 point on the real line, their line joining, that means the line joining means it's an interval which consists of all those points. So obviously this line interval x1, x2 including the endpoint will definitely belong to R1. So real line is convex set. So now let us take convex set in R2. So if I talk about whole plane, so here it is x-axis and y-axis, this is R2. If we talk about whole R2 plane, this is convex. But as we have seen in the last example, whenever S is a subset of R2, so for example in my previous case, we have considered only those x1, x2 such that x1, x2 is less than or equal to 4. So this is a subset of R2 and this set is not convex. But if we consider the whole R2 plane, definitely this is convex because you can take anywhere the 2 point, they will always be in the R2. Now let us take some more examples in R2. If I consider this as a triangle, so this is the triangle which is in R2. So now this will be definitely a convex set. Consider this as a square, this is also convex. Consider this as a circle, this is also convex. So suppose now if I consider a circle here on the plane, so this passes through the origin. Suppose I take it like this and I consider S as x1, x2 such that x1 square plus x2 square is less than or equal to 4. So that means all the points are included within the region, and if I take now any 2 point in the region, they will be, line joining will always be in the circle. But now suppose if I consider two concentric circle, so in this case let me to consider again x-axis and y-axis, and the set that I have defined here is as x1 x2 such that x1 is strictly greater than 0 and it is less than or equal to 4. So this means the first circle has radius strictly greater than 0 and the second circle have the radius less than or equal to 4. So I can take first circle whose radius is greater than 0 and then I can have another one more circle. And the feasible region is now this one. So it is like two concentric circle. So in that two concentric circle, if we choose a point here and here, then the line joining will be passing like this. So there are points which are not in the region. So this is not convex. And similarly now we can see the other shape. This is also not convex because there are some points that are not in the region. These are some of the shape which says that these are the points which are not in the region. So they depict the shapes not convex, and the above one depict the shapes which are convex set. In layman language, we can say that a solid geometrical shape which are not hollow from inside or which are not giving this hollow shapes in some corners point, then they are the convex set. And now similarly we can define some of the convex set in R3, just tetrahedron, cube, octahedron in R3, which are solid in the geometry and there are no holes, so this is called as a convex set. Now let us consider one more question, and here I want to show algebraically that a set S is convex. So here I have taken show that the set S, which is a circle, you can see that is a convex set. We have seen it from graphically that it is convex, but to show it algebraically or we say mathematically, I have applied now the same definition. Take 2 point x1, x2 belong to the set, and capital X1 is a point in the form of small x1, x2, and let us take capital X2 is a point small y1, y2. Now because they point belong to the set, so obviously they satisfy the set condition. So x1 square plus x2 square is less than or equal to 4, so 1 hold, and y1 square plus y2 square is less than or equal to 4, so the equation number 2 hold. To show that the set is convex, what I need to show is that the line joining of these 2 points must be in the set, and obviously there is a condition on lambda that the lambda must be lying between 0 and 1. So now this point capital X is, substitute the value for capital X1 and capital X2. So this becomes lambda times X1 plus 1 minus lambda times Y1 is the first coordinate of the point capital X, and this becomes the second coordinate of the point X. So if we know now the first point and we know the second point, so substitute back in the set definition, first point square, as we can see that first point square plus second point square must be less than or equal to 4. So this is what now we want to show. If this equation number 3 hold, then we are done. In that case, we can show that the capital X belong to the set S, and hence we'll show that the set S is convex. So now to prove this case, let me to consider the left hand side of 3. So I can simply now open the left hand side as a plus b whole square. So this is a square plus b square plus 2ab. And similarly, I have opened this case a square plus b square plus 2ab. Now just common out some of the term that we can, and here when we common out these two terms, we can see that we can see these terms, and x1 square plus x2 square is already less than or equal to 4. So I have used equation number 1 and equation number 2 here. So this is 4 and here I have replaced by 4 plus 2 lambda 1 minus lambda times 4. So this expression I am writing it by 4. So what I have used here is x1 y1 plus x2 y2 is always less than or equal to 4. So this I have used by simply Cauchy's inequality. So simply substituting now this value is also equal to 4. We can see that 4 times 4 will come out, and this is lambda plus 1 minus lambda whole square. And lambda plus 1 minus lambda is simply 1. So this value is 4. And hence it shows that x belongs to the set S. So this way we can show algebraically that a set S is convex. Next we define convex hull. Convex hull is that consider a set S belong to Rn, so it is a subset, and then the smallest convex set that contain this given set is called the convex hull. So for example, we consider these random point. Now if we join these end points by this way, so this is what we call it as convex hull. Now this shape is not good enough as I have joined like this one, so this means this is not a convex, because if I draw now a line keeping this point here and here, so this line joining will be going out. So that means convex hull has to be connected by the end point in a way so that it becomes a convex set. So you can see that this point is not included and I join this point directly with here. Now this shape is consisting of all the points which are now in the set itself, and I've only connected the boundary points. So this is a convex set, or I can say the smallest convex set that consists of all these points is called the convex hull. Similarly, you can see here these shapes. Now these are the point. If we connect these points in this way, so this would not be a convex set, because we can consider a point here and we can consider a point here, and then we can see the line joining of these 2 points. So there will be some point which will not be in the region. So this way this line should not be joined. We should connect these as a thread point. So consider the end point in a way so that these boundary will give me a convex set region. So we consider this convex set region, and this is what we call it as convex hull.